her husband. According to Isaiah 54, God enabled me to actually enjoy my body again, and neighbours didn't like that I was laughing loud and sometimes making noises because I don't believe in marketing sex toys, but I do believe making your own, which is totally private and no one knows about. And I don't believe in me behaving as a lesbian or inserting these toys all the way, only on the surface. And so God has enabled me to enjoy my body again. And I'm still a virgin as a result of not had actual sex with a man. So biologically, that changes. Even though that I have given birth, was it 16, 17 years ago, I'm still, my body's changing as a virgin again. It's exciting to have that newness. After my ovary was cut, similar to a hysterectomy, I felt new, that what was old and what was condemning me and hurting me was healed, or being in the process of being healed. Other people, others, or anyone, who are confined to a little space, so they're not wide open spaces, can affect their mental health in the sense of being claustrophobic, and then after being forced to live in a tiny space and work in a tiny space without enjoying the blue sky and the sunshine, they can become physically ill as a result and feel depressed, which is spiritual death. So I am not being depressed. I am spiritually, I haven't died spiritually since I was divorced in 2007. And I did die spiritually. But since then I had been cured from any depression or spiritual downer. However, I've been oppressed, forced to live in darkness because, or in a small space because of my physical disability or not being able enough. So not enjoying the sunshine. I have suffered from vitamin D deficiency, not having that support because I don't have enough money is an oppression. Having my operation cancelled and when my life was threatened is also an oppression. Not having the actual massage that I need for my spine because I cannot afford it, or because of any other reason, of not being respected as a Christian. It's very difficult to find that, or too expensive to find that type of professional massage without a stereotype or stigma attached to it to say it's for perversion, not for purity. And so this is an invisible mountain for me to climb. And who is my sunshine? This is Jesus. So it's invisible for me to enjoy the sunshine and the sky on holidays, outdoors. But with Jesus, I can still enjoy it. Because Jesus is everything to me, my blue sky and my sunshine. My daughter's not with me, they've taken my daughter away from me, who was as my sunshine, to enjoy watching her grow and using my energy to be active with my daughter. She's no longer there, so everything has become narrow, dark and confined in space, to force me to be depressed. And I'm saying, no, I'm not depressed, no, I'm not guilty, but I am oppressed. So there's a huge difference. Most people who would go through what I had gone through the majority of would be complaining, muttering, annoyed, frustrated. They'd want to kill someone. They'd want to go and see the light of day. They would not want to be inside like a shadow. But I'm completely blocked. I have no lift, so it's a health and safety risk of me to fall down the stairs. I'm stuck in a second floor flat, and I could have claustrophobia, which could cause it's an urgent situation where I've got to get out, and there's no way out, so I'm stuck, and I have to accept being stuck as in a cave where there's no way out. And I have contacted at the beginning of the year adult care services, and they'd said that they could not help me with a safety report. That was disappointing. It made me angry because they only seem to be used, adult care services, to get someone into trouble or to get someone to lose their status and independence, compared to those that are actually seeking their support. They're not there. So it was embarrassing for me that I've actually recorded them saying that to me, and I've locked it on my Facebook, so it's got a padlock on it. And just to summon the courage to say, if adult care services cannot support me with a report, I may decide to use my computer and this device that I'm holding to advertise the fact that I'm in this situation, which is similar to going on an airplane. Every time I record a video on the internet, on my Facebook and on my YouTube, it's similar to jumping out of the aeroplane and going onto a parachute to say exactly what I'm saying. And so it is overwhelmingly limited in its support, and the waiting system, and finding the right new home, not the wrong one. It's daunting to also have to register on a housing place based on my medical records, and go on a waiting system, making sure that the new home has the right central heating so I'm not freezing cold, making sure that it has a bath, because obviously when I moved in here, I didn't know that there was going to be an issue for me to refurbish my bathroom and put a wet room or a bath in it. They wouldn't allow me planning permission without the status of employment. It's not there for unemployed. So there was no one to grasp my hand and pull me up when I fell over. The last time I fell over was in January 2020, or was it 2021? And so they are the same as wolves in sheep's clothing. They would come into my home, write lying reports to say that my shower doors are waterproof when they're not. It still leaks even with a shower curtain. And even when I had put the filler and other things that I'm using to make sure that the shower doesn't leak, the tray doesn't leak, they've put it on a rotten foundation. And they gave me grip handles where I'm shaking there to wash myself or sit down, but they denied me, they ignored the money that was given to me by adult care services of Hertfordshire to refurbish my bathroom and provide either a bath or a wet room that was recommended, and that was ignored and rejected by my housing landlord, who is totally rogue, and is putting pressure on me to leave home, to get out of here, because they want someone else to come in here and give them a paid rent, compared to me who's receiving the government rent. So it is humiliating. It's a risk of having to, every time I use my shower, thinking I'm going to fall, slip up, even with the non-slip mats. But I have something to grab and hold on, like a rail, or I have something to hold on to so that I don't fall. But when I come out, I don't have anything to hold on to, so I could fall and hit my head on the shower tray. It's such a tiny little room, so I have to thank God, to find the right accommodation in the future. I didn't know I was going to deteriorate. I didn't know that my spine was going to become worse after an epidural injection, and I didn't know that my operation was going to be a life risk, where they would say they wanted to cut a bone and shave it or do whatever to it. So it was an emergency when I had gone to the hospital to have my MRI scan in 2020. And because it's slightly over 4 years ago, the hospital doesn't have a copy of that. So the government has made a warped rules implemented to say that every 4 years the previous medical records are blocked or hidden, which is totally wrong. So now they're saying I should have another MRI scan because they can't see my MRI scan since 2020. And I'm saying you should be able to see it because it's not 4 years since, not 4 years gap yet. And I'm not happy having another MRI scan that could give me cancer. So again, it's my prayer in thinking how terrible it is, the risk, and how people have tunnel vision, that they don't see the bigger picture, and sometimes they ignore pre-existing medical conditions. So I sometimes feel faint, sometimes I feel like my rights are fading out, and I'm exhausted to fight another day for freedom of information and my liberty, my rights as a human being. But God has always been there to help me to come out of this trouble. That they have created a crisis for me again by not treating me as if I'm alive, but treating me as if I'm a skeleton even, or as if I'm dead and I don't exist. Wow. Because of there's something seriously wrong with our hospital and our public